What's trending? Crime.
A 53-year-old man was arrested by SPD, Seattle police, for allegedly attacking two people with a knife in Pioneer Square early Monday morning. That doesn't sound legitimate. Pioneer Square in Seattle? Is this the Pioneer Square I know? Because this doesn't sound legitimate. This sounds made up. It's Como and Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they are.
They're probably fear-mongering.
I know. How dare they? They say the attack happened just after midnight outside of a bar where officers said they found two victims with knife wounds who ended up getting treated by Seattle Fire. The suspect reportedly got into an altercation with a 45-year-old bar employee after being denied alcohol and drugs. Okay, I'm going to defend this man for a moment. Okay, all he was asking for allegedly was more booze and maybe some fentanyl, or weed at least. And you deny? Did he say please? I think he reportedly said please.
Why have to be such a party pooper?
I know, my gosh, come on, he came here to party. It's Pioneer Square, man. What are you supposed? Stop being so square. Stop it. They say a bystander who attempted to intervene was slashed in the face. I will say, sometimes we have these stories where someone sees something going on and they don't intervene. This is precisely why. Like, I get wanting to intervene, and probably most of us would either feel this urge to intervene or would legitimately intervene. It never seems to work out well for the intervener.
Yeah, I mean, if the person's armed and dangerous, there's not a lot you can do.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get stabbed. Just give the dude his booze and weed or whatever it was he was asking for. Here's Henry. He's a doorman at the bar speaking with King 5.
Yeah, I'm still processing all of this. This is just life in the neighborhood right now.
What? I like it says right now. Right now. Was right now a continuum of the last decade? Right now. I mean, even before the worst of the crime wave started to hit in Seattle, Pioneer Square was not a great place to go. I mean, come on.
Not uncommon down here. Some sketchy person came into the door, ushered them away. I saw my coworkers injured, and I saw the assailant moving down the block. I pursued them about to that corner.
He didn't get stabbed, though. He was fine. Jake is the manager of a neighboring bar. It's called the Underbelly. Kind of feels like you're asking for the bad elements of town to come visit just a little bit. It might be a self-fulfilling prophecy there, but he says he's worried about safety this week because of the Mariners playoff games, because, the Mariners fans are the problem.
Safety is always an issue.
Wait, hold on. Safety is always an issue. I'm particularly concerned about Mariners fans. Yes, the family of four coming down from Stillicum to watch the Mariners make it to the World Series. That's the problem.
Well, just wait. He actually doesn't blame Mariners fans.
Okay.
There's a surprise ending.
Okay, fine.
Whether it's homeless people or, some one-off person committing a crime late at night, I'm more concerned about the Blue Jays coming in and making a mess.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The super polite Canadians.
It's those Canadians.
The Canadians we're going to blame for this. He started off fine with the homeless and the one-offs. That's the issue here. It has nothing to do with Blue Jay fans. Come on. What are they going to throw poutine at you?
Well, British Columbians are notoriously belligerent.
First of all, the people coming here aren't even coming from Vancouver. They're coming from Toronto. These are fans who make the trek. But the reality is, they made this point on the broadcast yesterday. Are there a whole lot of Toronto fans or just Blue Jay fans who have been able to get tickets? I'm willing to bet not. Not that many.
I think it's different than a regular season game because of the way it was they were
doled out?
Yeah.
Well, then why didn't you see a ton of Mariners fans at the game? In Toronto?
Well, no, that's my point. I'm saying I don't think there's going to be as many.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's my point is there's not going to be that many that they're going to cause a problem. Again, I feel like if you're called the Underbelly, a certain clientele might show up. Not that I want to victim blame. Back to that bartender, or to the bodyguard, the doorman at the bar, the first one. He says he's not ready for all the foot traffic, which I feel like you should hope your boss doesn't hear that.
It's just going to be a lot of people down here, and I'm not necessarily sure the neighborhood is actually prepared for it.
Now I find myself really annoyed by the victims.
Go home. Don't give us your patronage.
So many different thoughts go through my head. First of all, on the crime thing. This is not new. This is Pioneer Square. This is much easier to not necessarily blame on policy, though I'm sure policy played a role here. But number 2, Pioneer Square isn't ready for large groups of fans to show up to games. That's your point. I get that a traditional Mariners game at T-Mobile Park isn't bringing in what's the capacity, whatever it is.
About 47, 48,000, something like that.
Like I get that, right? That makes total sense. Remind me, Seahawks games, what's the capacity?
Like
70?
60 something.
68, something like that? They're traditionally sold out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Well, what is this guy talking about? What is he talking about? Can't you just be excited? I get that someone just got stabbed there. 2 people just got stabbed. They're fine.
If anything, I'd feel more safe. It's like, wow, there's going to be a bunch of like fairly normal people down there.
The best time to go to Pioneer Square or the International District or Belltown or Capitol Hill, wherever it is, the best time is when there are a ton of people.
Yeah.
That's the one strategy coming from local leaders, not just Seattle, just in a general sense, is, and we used to use this term a lot, like activating a neighborhood. And part of the reason why you want to renovate parks and make them clean is that it attracts more people. The more people who go to a park or walk around a street, the less likelihood of bad elements coming in and dealing drugs or robbing people, because number one, they don't want a ton of witnesses, even in Seattle, except Belltown, they really don't care. But other places, that's what this means. You activate an area. That's the safest time to be anywhere, is where there's a ton of people.
Usually more cops in the area too when there's like sporting events and stuff.
100%. A lot of them are getting that extra paycheck from the extra services they're offering. Meanwhile, the little thing we don't often say, and maybe I shouldn't say it, but when this happens, especially big events like this, you do realize that we're like super vulnerable at other parts of the city because they don't have enough cops.
I always think about that. I'm like, oh, great, there's cops around. And then I'm like, what's going on?
And it's not only that,
town?
but fire EMS, they're also depleted so you always hope against hope that there's not some huge need to have cops or firefighters and EMT, because they are oftentimes, they end up having to patrol, be on the ready and be camped out at T-Mobile Park or CenturyLink or, wherever. Just maybe I shouldn't have said that. Delete that from the podcast. Delete it.